And we are back. Next episode here calling transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Basically, you actually do a bunch of screen caps on YouTube and DeviantArt. There are responsive comments I made against the deviant lifestyles and a few other things. Trigger warning: if you don't like what I'm saying, go ahead and click off the video. Don't lie, say there's hate speech in my videos, because there's no hate speech in my videos. It's speech hate, that's a different story. Let's see other people getting things wrong in the comment sections and me trying to about versus their sexuality, and then getting ticked off about that. Also, it's important to get vaccinated so that you can fight against the spread of germs. And there you go. It's very important because I heard some news of some diseases making a comeback because people aren't getting vaccinated like they should. So important to do that. So you're on with people getting these wrong in the comment sections, and me trying to straighten them out about versus the basic biology and to get ticked off about that. Now this one says there is some overlap, but it's important to do so we don't miss anything. Someone says, like, they don't have the human right to physically change themselves, and I say they're allowed to get their surgery, but when it's to help make a lie more convincing, it's important for them to learn that they don't have to do it. Then person says, I mean, they're doing it for themselves, though, not for anyone else. And then, of course, all the stuff they do to look different enough so they can appease the ignorant masses, ignore that. Like, nope. They do it because it makes them happy and comfortable around other people. Surely even you have to admit that. When I say it makes them happy and comfortable to present, that's what they want others to see. It makes them happy and comfortable to present as what they want others to see in the mass. And that could be a lie. Person says, and that's all they want to do, really. Muddy spring, messed up. Lies are okay because it makes people happy, right? Like, no, no, lies are not okay. Stop lying about sex. No, present out like this one sex or another. Lie, bold-faced lie to people. Unless you're manually checking them, you wouldn't even know at that point. The lie is so good, And it wouldn't really matter, except for in the realm of spirituality. Lies, deceit, wrongness, sin. Sorry. There's another dude or girl on the street. You met them, and there's nothing really wrong with that other than all the lies. And I say, except that they are lying. They don't even have to. A person with testicles always should say he is male. A person with ovaries should always say she is female. And then they can say, I don't like to dress a certain way, or I don't like my hair a certain way. I will be telling the truth. Lies are bad. Stop lying about equals X. Let's go. And the person says, to be fair, that is a personal preference involving lies, not the set facts involving truth. Though, of course, yes, person with testicles is a male, person with ovaries is a female. So, yeah, it is a set fact. Yeah. No reason a person born with testicles would say, hey, I want to be called a woman. Yeah, there is. It's a lie. Not like that one sadist will make the earth erupt into flames. But I can send them into flames. Don't do that. Heck, lie or not. I hate when they do this. Lie or not, it doesn't really matter because of a lie. So it's told. It's not like anyone's being physically harmed in that, other than all the people being physically harmed in that. Only people who see that seem to take offense because it's lies are the ones who don't want to call the guy a woman because it's a lie. Don't do that. And even I don't know why people that winds people up so tight. Because it's a lie, and unless they lie at that, they're just setting themselves up for failure. They are. Failure at what? Being, what they want to be. Happiness. False happiness is, real truth. Truth beats lies because truth is real. Lies are used to cover up truth. These people are saying, no, I want to be, I'm not human. I'm an albino razor beast. That's what they're saying. I'm not Jimmy. I'm Sally. And I'm not Sally, I'm Jimmy. Respect that lie. Like, no, dang it. My fantasy. And they said, it's like, yeah, I guess I am Jimmy. Jimmy has to deal with the fact that some people don't like that he gets emotional about certain things. Sally has to deal with the fact that people judge her based on her body, how her body looks. But who cares? Those people are ignorant. You're ignorant, so who cares? So it's that failure at what? Not happiness as they do. Whether they do that, and they're happy at least until, of course, reality hits them and they get sad again. Happiness and discomfort only come when they go through with it, and other people reject it because that's what it's for. I thought it was about themselves, not other people, but other people reject what they do for themselves. That's what he said. It's for other people. It's not good. And I say, and people will because that's a lie. Those people are learning to love lies and hate truth. Versus, well, more learning to love lies and not care for people who shame because it's lies. So, yeah, stop lying about Michael Sex. You can lie, call it a lie all you want because it is, you know. But it's their truth. When your truth goes against the truth, it's a lie. Continue on. It's what they believe they're meant to be through lies. And really can't, they rarely can that be taken from someone, you know, because that can actually be taken from someone all the time. When they're like, my disguise is good. Oh no, my disguise fell apart. Oh no, they see the truth. You know. And there it goes. There goes that lie. Doesn't work. Next. Breaking someone's spirit, something that comes from prolonged abuse, really. So I do have a hard time thinking people will listen to your message for one reason. It doesn't promote love like we think love means you let people do whatever you want, not hold them back from bad pathways. You know, warn them against bad pathways. That's what we think love is. But it is warning them against bad pathways, whether they like hearing it or not. You know, that's true love there. Continue on. Maybe this is me giving the wrong side the right advice, but I gotta tell you, the wrong side, the wrong advice. But I gotta tell you, or the wrong side, the wrong advice. But I gotta tell you, that's leaders lead with the message of love. Accept this no matter what. You know, bullcrap. I think people will listen to you if you use that forefront instead of hate for trans people's lives. You know, don't love, don't shame, you know. Other than, of course, shame could mean many things, you know. If you're talking like, you stop lying about Michael sex, someone's like, oh, that means that you did something wrong, stop doing it. You know. Someone could say that's shame, because, of course, yeah, you're in the wrong, stop doing it, you know. And so love doesn't shame, but love does warn people. I'm doing just that. I'm warning them so they don't go down the wrong path in life. And then the person says, well, is it only wrong to path to you? But it's only the wrong path to you, anyone else who doesn't like lies. What are you saying? It's entirely opinionated, other than, of course, the facts you show. Sorry. No, the Bible says it's bad too. Next. Lying is an abomination to the Lord, and they usually years to life. Verse 12, 22. It's like, what do you, the person, think? Do you think these people, they were not lying? They're lying. Still deserve to be happy how they want to be. You know? They were not lying, then I wouldn't have a problem. I would have no problem with them trying to be happy. I have seen trans people videos and bar posts and journal entries. They show what they are. Then person says, well, I view it like this. They didn't choose to have those problems or views in themselves, so they do. They have to learn to go past those. They do choose what to do with their conflict, though. Yeah, they do. They lie. And if they chose to deal with it one way that is not hurting people, you know, that is, you don't have to go shoving a creed down their throat by putting it in front of their eyes. That's not shoving it down their throat. Next. All you have to do is not to do it yourself. Bible actively says not to force your beliefs on someone else through lies. So don't. That's what I ask. Adhere to your own beliefs, so don't force others to conform to them, or else. The rest of men in history have done that. Where the lies are told. I say, the Bible says not to force your beliefs on other rules. What does it say? Also go into the world, preach the gospel to every creature. Mark 16:15. And they're harming themselves, believing that they have to tell a lie to have a good life. How much time do I have? The power. Time. Oh, God. Continue. I'm cool with spreading the word, but just don't force it, you know. Forcing it means different things to different people. It's the difference between someone just gave you the atheist viewpoints, the beliefs, and that's why that's making they believe versus they try to forcibly make you atheist. Second isn't pleasant at all, and like your second point is, no, they're not harming themselves, other than all the psychological and physical harm they cause themselves. Ignore what a binder is for. Ignore what hormones are for. Ignore what nerve reassignment surgery is for. Ignore that. Like, nope, not gonna ignore it. How are they doing on their own person by being who they are through lies on the inside? They can be who they are on the inside without transitioning, because they already are. They just have to get used to the body they have. I say. There's one way to deal with it. It's one way to deal with it. Yes. Yeah, it's how I did, says the person. But at some point you do have to accept that someone might do it differently, through lies. Like, no, I'm never accepting that. If it's something they dream of so badly, let them indulge. No, let them lie. No, nope. Makes them happy through lies. And if they want a tradition, let them. No. No, they don't have to. But to be fair, none of us have to do anything. Everything just has consequences, and we choose which one to deal with. Stick with the consequences of truth, not lies. They're not attacking you for not being trans or anything, and they totally are attacking me for hating on the transgender lifestyle. So there you go. They just want to be left alone about it because it's not the defining personality trait. They wish it was any personality trait. Well, they do it. That's very important for them. I say, a person's happiness is not as important as their mental health. A person's mental health is best served by accepting reality. Come. The reality is that that's what you get, and lying about it is wrong. The person says, well, a person's mental health is best served by addressing the problem and satisfying it, actually, not through lies. This isn't even baseless. I've got psychological and socialized textbook with me. That's philosophically based stuff. That's wrong. I got that. Read more. I say not through lies. I'm not talking about lying to yourself about wanting to be a man or a woman. I'm talking about learning that dysphoria is lying to people, and you have to learn to resist it because it tempts you to, to, what the heck? Oh, here's the rest of the first one. I'm not telling you that your way is invalid because it's the way I dealt with my own crisis of identity with my gender, says the person. I'm just saying that there's other ways of dealing with it. And just because you don't like it doesn't make it wrong. Because it's wrong, it makes it wrong. You can tell them to lie. You can tell them to lie to themselves on not wanting to be a man or woman. That's not a lie. That's not something I'm telling them to do. I'm saying stop, don't lie about your vital sex. If you want to be something, that's one thing. But you have to realize you can't be that. Doesn't work. It's not a lie to say, to realize you can't be something you want to be. Then it's time to dream a new dream, How much time I got? See you guys next time. Check me out on YouTube and DeviantArt.